Hey Canucks fans, who are the best candidates to win major player awards this season? I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Tuesday, August the 31st. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Bear with me. I want to make a couple of announcements real quick. Belated birthday shout out to Edmund Yan. Thanks for your support, Edmund, on this channel. And I want to say thank you to my two most recent videos. Thank you to my for your feedback to my interview with Raymond Zawada yesterday. Really riveting, honest interview where Raymond talks about his path to the NHL, his brief career in the NHL, and how I hit from Dan Paille, knocked him out of the league for good. So make sure you check it out. If you haven't checked it out already, it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite interview that I've done so far. And then on Sunday night, thanks for your feedback to my it wasn't massive, but it was a big live stream where I made a bunch of big announcements. The biggest being 24-hour live stream that I'm doing October 15 and 16. A lot of hype about that already, and I can't wait to build that up for the next six weeks or so. Okay, let's talk about Canucks awards. I get this question a lot, actually, in my Ask Me Anythings, or just generally say, usually it's specifically around Quinn Hughes. It's very interesting. I think people really want Quinn Hughes to bounce back. I think people really want Quinn Hughes to play as well as Makar and Heiskanen and Fox and all these young guys. So the question I get a lot is, do you think that Quinn Hughes can win a Norris Trophy? And they don't even say, like, a few years down the line, they say, do you think Quinn Hughes could win the Norris Trophy this upcoming season? I've always said it's kind of tough, right? Norris Trophy is best defenseman. It's not best offensive defenseman. If it was best offensive defenseman, then I think he's right there. I think he could be a finalist every single year because he's going to put up points similar to and even better than Makar and Fox sometimes and guys like that. But it is, of course, best defenseman. So it's hard to win the best defenseman award when you're not even playing on the penalty kill. And that's something that Quinn Hughes simply doesn't do. They save him for regular strength and power play, of course. And even if you look at the Canucks lineup this year, you expect Ekman-Larsson, Myers, Hamonic, and either Pullman or maybe Rathbone ahead of Hughes, or Hunt, or whoever's on that, maybe even Juolevi ahead of Hughes on the penalty kill. So as much as I like Quinn Hughes, I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite players. As much as I desire to see him have a bounce back season, I'm not sure it's realistic that we can expect him to be a Norris Trophy finalist. Certainly not this upcoming season, of course, depending on how well the team does. But even going down the road, I could see him being a finalist. Do I ever see him winning it? Not sure, unless he rounds out a bit more of his defensive game. But I'm not, poo-pooing on him. It's only been 2 seasons for him, or 2-3 seasons for him. So I'm not too worried about that. But realistically, I think there's 2 award winners, 2 awards that we have a better chance of winning this year. The first one to me is Vasily Podkolzin potentially winning the Calder Trophy. Of course, with all awards, there's really tough competition. I think of guys like Trevor Zegras, Quinton Byfield, Spencer Knight, Cole Caulfield, just to name a few. So it's going to be a tough rookie class, but it always is. But the thing with rookies, it's so unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. Sometimes a first overall pick, I wouldn't say it's a bust, but they're disappointing in their first year. Like Jack Hughes didn't really do much in his first year, for instance, but he's going to be a really good player. And you can say the same about Lafreniere. So whereas Niels Höglander last year, he was quite a revelation. He finished, I think, 5th in Calder Trophy voting, and no one knew that he'd start the season with the team coming out of training camp. So I think with the rookies, they are not only more unpredictable, but Podkolzin is a little bit older, right? It's been 2 years since he got drafted. Actually, so a lot of the guys that I mentioned in his competition. But you never know. Does he start the season on the 4th line, the 3rd line? Maybe surprises, then like Höglander, takes Höglander's spot and starts on the 2nd line. There's so many things that could happen with Podkolzin. So I think he could be a realistic candidate to at least be in the Calder Trophy. Even if he doesn't win it, I think he'll be in the talk to be one of the finalists for sure. The other one I always often think about is Thatcher Demko for the Vezina. Now, yes, just like every other category, there's going to be tough competition. You have guys like Fleury who won it last year, Vasilevsky always up there, Grubauer, and that's just a name, that's just those three finalists. But you look around the league and any goalie can get hot for any period of time and really sway voters. But Demko, I think we're pretty excited about. I've talked about him a lot on this channel. 5-year contract now that he wants to live up to. The team's going to be hopefully better than last year. Well, they're certainly going to score more. I don't know if they're going to defend better. So that's going to be a little bit tougher for Demko. But I think that Demko does have a Vezina Trophy in him. And again, he might not win it in the next couple of years, but I certainly think that he can be in the talk as a Vezina finalist, because we saw what he could do not only in the bubble it's only last year, but it's 2 seasons ago. You know what I mean? At the end of 2 seasons ago, and then he had flashes last year. In fact, being named Player of the Week one time, I think in March. So we know how good Demko can be. We know that's why we rewarded him with a 5-year, $25 million contract. So if it were me, if I was to handicap it for next year, if someone asked me, Clay, how would you rank our chances to win major NHL awards? I would say Podkolzin for the Calder first, slightly ahead of Demko for the Vezina second. Would Hughes for the Norris even be third? I'm not sure. So we might not win a Selke. I don't think there's any defensive stalwarts among our forwards right now, who play an amazing two-way game. Maybe Petey gets there one day. Could Brock or someone like Connor Garland have an outside shot at winning the Rocket Richard for most goals? Maybe. Are we going to win a Hart Award or a Pearson? Probably not. But there's so many good players in the league. That's not to say someone like Pettersson or someone couldn't surprise. And then you never know about the things like the Lady Bing and kind of the Masterton, the kind of more sportsman-like and dedication and perseverance type awards. You never know. Those ones are very, very hard to predict because those are all worthy candidates all the time. But when I think of the major awards, so the goaltending, forwards, defense, rookie, defensive forward. Yeah, when I think of the major awards, I would have to go in order. I'd go Podkolzin for the Calder, Vezina for the Demko, Demko for the Vezina, and then I'd put Hughes potentially for the Norris as a distant third. Again, don't get me wrong. I want it to happen. I would love it to happen because that means Hughes and the team has a massive year. I just don't know how realistic that is for this season. Canucks fans, let me know what you think. If you had to, you can talk about Hughes for the Norris or talk about what I talked about. If you had to rank potential award finalists and or winners, right? You got to be a finalist to win. Would you agree with my order of Podkolzin, Demko, and then Hughes? Or would you throw someone else in there for one of the other major awards that I mentioned? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts, and I'll do my best to read, react, and reply as always. I want to give a shout out now, and here's something new from my live stream. I have a new member tier called the Hero tier. $49.99 a month. It's a lot, I know, but there's already 3 people in it. In that tier, you go to a Canucks game, one Canucks game with me a season. You get priority for all my Ask Me Anything vlogs. So, and then there's no way that I can give properly $50 of value every month, but it just means you really want to support me in that way. And I'm so blessed. I already have 3 heroes. So shout out to my hero tier of nucksfan number 29, of Just Incredible, and Lucas Gates. Thank you. And also a shout out to my Hall of Fame members. Okay, I've never done this before without those heroes. So Jens95, Simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. So I now have 3 heroes, and I have 6 Hall of Fame members. So thank you to all of you, and thanks to members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Well, I really got to practice that member shout out now. It's getting a little more complicated. All right, Canucks fans, who's going to win a major award for the Canucks, or at least who's going to be up for a nomination as a finalist? And do you agree with my order? Leave a comment below and let me know. Subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member of the channel if you'd like to, and leave a comment if you'd like to. Canucks After Dark is tomorrow. I'll remind you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.